Recorded Books presents Danger on Maui by R. Barry Flowers, narrated by Libby Mcknight. Prologue. He's hot, Jenna Sutcliffe had to admit, as she admired from afar the tall, fit, and handsome, dark-haired man at Link's Tavern on Wharf Street in Lahaina, a happening town in West Maui, in the county of Maui, Hawaii. She doubted he even noticed her, even if most considered her to be attractive and a good catch, with long and luscious raven hair and pretty blue eyes. But Maui was full of good-looking and sexy young women, many of whom seemed to be at the club that night, and were all over him like an expensive suit. Or was that just her imagination? Jenna turned her focus to another dark-haired hottie, who was sitting at the bar all by his lonesome and, like her, appeared to be taking it all in, as if to size up both the competition and the hot women. Again, he never seemed to lay his eyes on her, as she apparently wasn't what he was looking for. His loss, Jenna told herself dismissively, as she sipped her lava flow drink and pushed back at the thought of wanting to get the attention of Mr. Hot Stuff. After all, what was it they said about the definition of insanity? Hadn't she already been burned in the past by tall, dark-haired, handsome, and virile men who looked like him? Why put herself through that agony again? Jenna turned away from the man, content to finish off her drink and head home alone. She did need to get up early for work at a hotel, where she was an event planner. Who knows, maybe I'll meet my sexy knight in shining armor at the next big event, she told herself while not holding her breath. She made her way through the crowded bar, imagining one of the knights in shining armor would follow, sweep her off her feet, and it would be the start of something great. By the time she left the place and climbed into her orange Subaru WRX, reality had set in and she drove home. Jenna was unaware that someone had gotten into another vehicle and began to follow her. If he had $1 for every woman who never looked his way, underestimating him or just what he was capable of, he would be a very rich man right now. And then his true worth might be better appreciated, until such time he would allow his actions to speak for him, and his victims would be forced to carry the brunt of it, right to their early graves. And he would continue to have his revenge and take joy in the thrill of the kill, as well as the solace of knowing there was little that could be done to stop him, not till he'd had enough of dishing out the type of pain that he had been given. He followed the Subaru to a condominium complex on Lower Honoapi'ilani Road, allowing her to park first, while pretending to be just another tenant coming home, perhaps from a night out on the town, like her. Only his presence was much more sinister than that. Quickly parking, he left his vehicle and surreptitiously made his way inside the building. He happened to catch her scaling the stairwell and followed, noting she went to the 3rd floor. By the time he got there, he saw the door to her unit close. After making sure there were no prying eyes around, he walked up to the condo. Using his instincts that told him she was all by her lonesome, he rang the bell, calculating that she would at the very least be curious as to who he was. Hadn't that proven to be true time and time again? Gullibility was always their downfall. Why should it be any different on this occasion? She did not fail, opening the door like clockwork and smiling at him as though greeting an old friend. "Can I help you?" she asked politely. He grinned innocently and replied in a deceptive tone of voice, "Yes, I believe you can." Using a stun gun, he placed it to her skin, and she reacted accordingly, with the electrical shocks doing a number to her body and brain, giving him complete control of his latest victim as he entered the condominium to finish what he'd so cleverly and joyously started. Chapter 1.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?